Hi, I'm David, this is Joe, and this is 13 Reasons Why. We're doing the Netflix review.
Reason number 1. Because we feel like it.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so 13 Reasons Why, Season 1. Did you watch it?
Yes.
I watched it too. So did you watch the second season?
Yes.
So did I. Did we watch it together?
No.
But we both watched it. I watched most of it alone in my bed, coddled up at 3 a.m.
In a dark, cold room with a bunch of chihuahuas.
Which is how I watched the first season, and that worked out pretty well. So, what did you think of the first season? Since we didn't do a review of 13 Reasons Why Season 1, so just a quick right before the second one. What did we think about the first season?
I think if I'd have to give it a rating, I think overall I was impressed. I haven't seen anything like that before. I feel like it was original. I would give it a 5 out of 6 just because it was something new, refreshing. I can't give it a 6 out of 6 because it didn't just push things to the next level. The ending was pretty disappointing. It just kind of ended. And so I was a little disappointed with that. But overall, like it was addicting. I had to binge watch it. You know, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 6 just because of what I'm going to give the second season. And just because, it was something that I haven't really seen before.
Yeah.
And it's one of the only shows I watch. I don't watch too many television shows, really, at this point in my life. I watch Shameless, Game of Thrones. I watch Breaking Bad. And then, like, this and Stranger Things.
Just
and
all the greats.
All the greats, pretty much. And so this is like, you know, it's one of the shows I watch.
I think there was so much hype around it that I kind of had to.
And there was some controversy, and there was a whole bunch of. There was just news. Everything was covering the show, and so I did wait till the hype died down a little bit before I started watching it. But then I binged the whole thing through. Texted my friend while I was watching it, and he was watching the whole thing.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed the chances they took in the first one, the first season. You know, they took a lot of risks. They showed really graphic things. And you know, it had a really powerful. Okay, so for season 2, is it worth watching? Yes.
Yes.
I would give it a 4 out of 6.
But don't watch it if you haven't watched the first season.
Yeah, obviously. Watch the first one first.
Because I do know one of my friends who wanted to watch the second season but hasn't watched the first. That's don't do that. Like, that's dumb. Go watch the first season.
Yeah, the first season's better. So watch it anyways. So
want to start off with your rating for the second season again, and we'll work our way.
Yeah, sure. So I'm giving it a 4 out of 6. I feel like it did a lot of things really well. I didn't know where they were going to go with it because, you know, the first season they deal with the tapes, right? And this one I was like, well, how are they going to address that, because they can't do the same thing over again.
Of course.
And they kind of they flipped the script, they did the opposite. Whereas season 1, you're kind of looking through Hannah's perspective. Season 2, you get extra information from the people on the tape's perspective.
Yeah.
And
because
in
the first season, you really only get Clay's, like, his opinion on his tape. Everybody else is just kind of telling him, don't listen to the tapes, or I didn't do what I did on there. This is a little different. Maybe some people owning up to some of the things that were said.
But then, let's see. The story, it was really engaging. It was addicting. And again, I kind of had to just watch at the end of every episode, I wanted to immediately start the next one over and over and over. And it was building up to what I thought, was going to be a crazy moment. And they really build everything up. And at the end, it's kind of a letdown as far as a lot of crazy things happen to one character, and you would think there's some really bad characters, and you expect
justice in some way.
Yeah, in some way, and I don't want to spoil it and say that nothing happened, but it was a letdown at the end. Okay. So it was really good up until the very end, and I was kind of like, but there was going to be another season, so you know, I still have.
I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm super excited for the next season. I would give this season a 5 out of 6 because I gave the first one 6 out of 6, and I think this one would be a 5 out of 6 just because it is. I mean, season 2 are usually it's tough to recapture since the first season was something new.
Yeah.
And so I knew this wasn't going to be something super original. Yeah. Kind of the same feeling towards like Stranger Things.
But they still made it kind of seem original. Like they still tweaked it to where it's a different experience.
Yeah, because we're done with the tapes now, so we already have finished pretty much that story.
I think sequels, like you said, for originals are tough. Like in Stranger Things, Stranger Things 2, the second season, I didn't feel as strongly about it because I've kind of already seen it.
Yeah.
You know, you're
But
already
they
in
do
that world,
build
but
on
it's
the
good.
characters and
Yeah.
stuff, which is great. 13 Reasons Why has amazing character development.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they
Yeah,
just
no,
do.
for sure. It's
They know
really
how to
good.
introduce a character.
Mhm.
They introduce them
Mhm.
perfectly in the first season,
Yeah.
and in this season they build on them, and the characters' story arcs that they were going through in the
Yeah.
first one
Mhm.
are like ramped up to a whole nother
Yeah.
level.
And they do what I think a lot of great stories do is they have characters to where at first you hate them, and then at some point you love them, and then you can hate them again, or
Yeah.
you can go back and forth during any given episode, which is great.
Yeah.
And that creates so much tension and conflict and
Yeah,
you
to
know.
try to feel for somebody that you
Mhm.
didn't like.
Yeah,
and
like,
the characters, Justin.
Justin, yeah, there we
But
go.
yeah, and our main characters have to deal with this too.
Yeah.
Like some of them have to try to change their perspective
Mhm.
and see things through people's eyes that
Yeah.
maybe they don't like those people.
Yeah.
But they still have to deal with this.
And they go through the same emotion, and you go through it with them. And
Yeah.
so the way the storytelling's done is just so well done.
Yeah.
You know, it's really satisfying.
I think I didn't agree with Clay 100% of this season. I think I agreed with him most of last season. And I agree with him most of this season, but there's a
Yeah.
couple decisions he makes where you're like, Clay, don't do that. And then he does it, and you're like,
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, before we break off into spoilers, just summing it up, yes, it's worth seeing. It's a very good show.
yes.
It's
If you were on the
season 2,
fence about
yeah.
it, just do
Just
it. Just
go
watch
see
the
it.
first season.
The ending might be a little let down, but there's going to be another season, so it could just be leading up to something bigger, or
Yeah.
you know. But now we're going to go into spoilers. So if you don't want anything spoiled, just
So
turn it off.
click
Just
off
stop,
now and then
click
go
away,
watch the
look
show.
away, don't listen. All right.
But if you have watched the show, which hopefully you have, because
Yeah.
you're still here,
Then stick around.
yeah. Well,
Stick
so we're not gonna go through everything, every
No.
episode. I don't remember everything, but so let's see. What's the
Okay,
earliest
so for me,
thing?
the crazy. Oh, you want to talk about the earliest thing?
Oh, well, I was just gonna.
I'm
like,
just gonna
try
go
to lead
over,
up-
a few.
Okay, go ahead.
I think for me, Tyler's character arc near the end, it gets so brutal and gruesome. I mean,
He gets a
the
broom
bullies, yeah, the
Ram
broom handle
right up there,
rams up his ass, and he's just getting beaten.
and that is
in
a
the
hard
bathroom.
scene to watch.
Yeah,
And
that
you're-
was graphic and intense, and you think, okay, he's gonna fucking kill these guys.
Mhm.
Like he's gonna.
and
him
they hint at
Price,
it pretty much all season.
They've hinted at it for 2 fucking seasons.
Yeah, they
okay?
hinted at it with the
And-
first season with his whole
Yeah.
trunk full of guns.
Yeah, near the end of season 1, where he
Yeah.
was like, "They're not gonna laugh." Or,
Yeah.
he says something ominous like that, and then this season they build up to it even more. He's always shooting,
At
practicing
the shooting range, and then
and
he,
he goes,
like
and
almost
it's like, and
kills
you
it,
know,
yeah.
they're not gonna do a school shooting scene. We all know why. It's not gonna happen.
Mhm.
It's fine. But for him, I thought maybe he would run into and have some kind of altercation with Price or the bullies who,
Price, yeah.
abused him so badly that he would have got his revenge in that kind of situation. In some sense, like if he would have shot the bully, and it would have been, violent and intense. But that kind of is what the show's known for, is that those graphic, violent
Mhm.
scenes near the end of the season. And they didn't do that. He walked up to the school with the gun, and Clay said, "No, don't do it." And
Yeah.
he said, "Okay." And then
My biggest problem was
that
that
was
with
it.
that scene is that Clay's left
Mhm.
with the gun.
Yeah, he's just
standing
there.
on the sidewalk. He didn't throw it in the car
No.
with him,
He's
or
just
throw it in a
chilling.
bush behind him.
Yeah.
He's holding it. So I mean, I hope Clay doesn't immediately go to jail, which is
Mhm.
it's got to happen. Cops gonna
maybe.
pull up to
Mhm.
a school where they just got a call,
No.
and he's standing outside with a gun. They're gonna arrest him. So I wonder what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
With that whole thing. But yeah, I think the intense, scene in the first one obviously was showing Hannah's death.
Mhm.
This one was, that whole broom altercation. And I think, but other than that, they didn't go farther.
Yeah. And I have the same problem I had in season 1. Is there was no payoff at the end of the season where I feel like the good guys won or anything like
The
that.
good
'Cause
guys do not win.
Price,
in this.
Price,
Yeah.
he
Bryce,
got
yeah.
convicted, or I keep calling him Price. It's
Yeah.
Bryce, right?
Bryce, yeah.
He got convicted and got what? Probation?
He got probation.
I think. And it was like they straight up raped somebody.
Yeah.
And got probation.
Multiple people, yeah.
Lots of people.
And I think that was definitely the show, it's got its own stance.
Yeah.
It's
I
making
did feel like it was really intense when they had all the different females look straight into the camera and they all told their sexual assault stories. That
Even
was
the
crazy.
mom,
Yeah,
everybody
all,
liked it,
all the
yeah.
all the females in the show, they just showed them all, and that was intense. And you kind of get the message.
Yeah.
But
And it is like it's heartbreaking when you watch those kind of things,
Yeah.
and then but for I mean, I understand why they do it. Why they
Yeah.
don't give us this payoff. Why they don't have Bryce go to jail forever, because they
It
want
wouldn't
you to
be
understand.
realistic.
Yeah, they want you to
Yeah.
understand that happens in real life.
Mm.
These people do horrible things and they don't get put away. They get stuff like probation, based
Yeah.
off of like you playing sports and you were super popular in school and that's their.
And for me, this is just a personal taste thing. I think like in Wind River is another similar situation to where, I mean, spoilers if you haven't seen that already, but
Yeah.
it brings to light an issue where it's like this is a fucked up situation, and in real life nothing gets done about it, but within the movie something gets done about
There
it.
is a payoff.
Yeah, you still get a payoff, and I think because this is it's piece of art and
Yeah.
they're pushing a message, but you can still have the payoff and still have the message across. And so for me, I want the payoff
Mhm.
with it, because this is also
The
part of
story and
entertainment and story,
entertainment, yeah.
But that's just my personal preference.
And they do have like moments in here like Game of Thrones. I mean, not like Game of Thrones,
No.
but like it's where like I get mad at
Mhm.
the TV
Yeah.
because of things that I know like I shouldn't really get mad at. But when Jessica won't tell,
Oh my god.
like she
Yeah.
will not, she
Mhm.
won't do it. She can't. She can't go up there in front of the judge, in front of these people, and tell them that she got raped by Bryce.
Mhm.
And that annoys me so much because I felt like this could have all been resolved early.
Mm.
Obviously, we find out
Yeah,
that
obviously
doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah,
But
still,
at the
you're-
time, you
at the
think
time.
it would have done something.
And then his
yeah.
girlfriend, his girlfriend goes up there to testify, says that he does all these things,
Yeah.
and then says, "Just kidding, I lied. I really, I wanted it. This would." And I was just like, I thought you were gonna be our saving grace.
It seemed like anybody that was trying to even be nice to Jessica too. She was just always like really
No,
rude to them. Why would you think I want your help? And like, and it's just like,
But
stop. And then what else? The Rumble scene. I really like.
I love
that. Was
scene.
so
That was
much
my
fun.
favorite scene.
Yeah, it's
in
just
that
like everybody
entire
in the
show.
hallway. That was just a good fucking time.
Oh yeah,
You know?
watching that, like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of the show is like physical violence isn't the way to go about it, and
Mhm.
that's like what a lot of the show does.
Mhm.
Is kind of show the different ways to go about your problems.
Yeah.
And then this was just straight up, nope, get,
Yeah.
get in there and lay them out,
Yeah.
and that was
No,
really
that
cool
was
to
really
see.
satisfying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we thought. Let us know if you agree. Not.
Too bad.
Whatever. Oh God, I'm not ready, Joe.
I was looking
Joe,
at
what's
my-
going on? Oh God.
I was looking at my 13 Reasons Why application. It's actually current.